Are they missing you, or have they truly let go? That's what we are about to uncover. Welcome, 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 my fellow Aquarius, to Beyond the Breakup Month 2. So, this is a timeless reading, but if the separation is recent, unresolved, so if it's unresolved, also doesn't really matter if it is recent or not, because you still carry it as something in your heart still returns to this particular ex, you're in the right place. Now, please take what resonates and leave the rest. As I shuffled the cards, I was actually thinking that it would be of a great help to you to take a moment to read the pin comment. And the reason is because there is more than one way to approach this reading. So if you go and have a look at that, and then you can approach it from different angle and get the most out of it. Okay? Now, after all that, let's begin and see what is your ex attitudes towards you at the moment of you listening to this reading. Okay? Here we go. Let's have a look. So we are going to pull 3 cards now. And we have, oh, sorrow. This card came out for just for Capricorn, but also for one of the other readings at the very start of this month's 2 series. So I can't remember. But if you were dealing with the Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Rising, or someone that in their natal chart had a lot of Capricorn, so planets in the Capricorn sign, you know, go and listen to that as well. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. Here we've got sorrow, possibilities, oh, and maturity. Okay, so what do we have here, Aquariuses? We definitely have someone here that has realized how much they miss you, how much they miss the connection, how much they miss the relationship. The sorrow also here could be that this person was the one that initiated the breakup, or if not, was the one that now thinking back, they thought, well, I could have been more flexible and come towards my Aquarius in whatever they thought it was something that was not negotiable, so it would still be together. There is a great sense of mea culpa, but they don't want to dwell on that. That's one thing that I'm sensing here. They know it, but they're trying to come out of it by looking at all the possibilities you see here. So they're looking from a higher ground point of view, how they could again approach you, okay, and I wouldn't say convince you, but giving you an idea on how, if the two of you could got back together, how could this work in a different way that it worked before? Because they would want to show a lot of maturity. They feel and they sense and they know that whatever happened from their side, there was a lot of immaturity. Okay, now please remember, Aquarius, as I said before, that this reading will not resonate with everybody, or maybe, you know, some part of it and some others not, because it is a general reading. But that instead, if you would like a private reading just for your situation, the link it's in the comment box below. Okay, but now we are going on to the main part of the reading, and as I'm shuffling, let's remind ourselves about what's the title of this month 2, and it is, are they missing you? So let's jump into the first question. Are they genuinely missing you right now? Let's have a look. And here we've got the Knight of Cups. Of course, they are there ready to knock at the door with a bunch of flowers and a box of chocolate. Yes, of course. And they have got that feeling, you know, that romantic love towards you. This is exactly what I'm sensing. If they didn't show much romanticism when you were together, well, they're feeling it now. Okay? What specifically do they miss most about you? And here we've got the Four of Wands. They miss the home. They miss that feeling of family. Now, you could have been living with this person, you could have been married with this person, or you could have just, been dating or even getting to know each other, but they felt that sense of family, that sense of knowing you as well, because you see the Four of Wands, it's the 1111 card. They found that when they were with you, it was very easy to be understood and to understand you. There was that nearly telepathic connection, but more than telepathy, I sense was a soul connection that they sense and they felt, and they're missing that desperately. Okay? Also because it's not easy to find something like this, Now, when are thoughts of you strongest for them? So let's have a look. And here we've got the Knight of Wands. A lot of passion here as well. The moment that they feel the desire for physical contact and the desire for, how could I say? I have to try to say it in a way that I won't get, the video taken down. That need of a physical release, okay? That is when the thoughts are the strongest for them. Also, because we've got a Knight of Wands, I sense as well, if the two of you had a, let's say, not a business, but a passion together. Okay, what I mean by that is something that the two of you enjoyed greatly, and I don't know, playing instrument together, dancing together, something that would really ignite the soul. So when they're doing that, they miss you because you were an integral part of that joy that those things would bring to them. Now, what triggers their longing or nostalgia? And here we've got the Ten of Wands. When they feel that now everything is so heavy, they are feeling now that everything is so heavy. Their day-to-day life is heavy. You brought for them that sensation of knowing that they were understood, that there was no need to try too hard to explain themselves and so on and so forth. And remember that when you find that, it's already half of the battle, not only in a relationship but in a day-to-day living, because if you've got to spend so much less energy into try to explain yourself to somebody or your point of view or so on and so forth, all that energy then it's more for when you deal with the outside world. Now, how do they cope with missing you? And here we have got the Wheel of Fortune. Well, they deal with some moments feeling that yes, I am nearly out of it, and then bang down again. They cope with the fact of thinking maybe, with the time, things will get better between myself and my ex. We would be able to get closer again together. That kind of thing. Also, for some of them, they would take the fatalistic approach, like to say, well, it wasn't meant to be, but then immediately bang, that sorrow and that want another possibility. How can I do that? Now I'm mature. I understood where I went wrong, and so on and so forth. Now, what stops them from reaching out? Now, before we pull the card here, I would like to explain to you about that reaching out part, okay? Now, you could be still in touch with this person, and if that is the case, reaching out here means explaining exactly how they feel. And instead, if there is no contact, of course, would be reaching out altogether. So what stops them from reaching out? And here we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this ex could be in another relationship, okay? Could already have created, you know, as I said, another relationship connected to somebody else. And also, and or they see you very grounded. And by seeing you very grounded, and if you gently, or maybe not so gently, just gave them a little pushback or a big pushback, they feel that they can't reach out in one of the two ways that I explained to you before, depending from your situation, of course, because it's like as if you made your decision and you are not moving from that. Okay? Now, the last question. What does this longing mean for the connection overall? And here we've got the Four of Swords. This person is licking their wounds. Okay? A need of retreat. It means that this person will be a lot less inclined to be on the outside, making themselves feel, and more than feel, being seen as to be great and happy and all of that. There is a feeling of retreating from them. I would not also, okay, put it past them if they would try during meditation and so on and so forth to connect to you at an energetic level for some of them. But the main feeling here for all of them, it is to retreat and to think more of this possibility and all of that. Okay, so my dearest Aquariuses, my fellow Aquariuses, I'm going to leave the reading here. Okay, now if you feel like sharing what you felt through the reading, if it does resonate, and maybe a bit about the relationship that you had with this person, please leave a comment. You are so welcome. Okay, now I would strongly recommend for you to take a little time to sit with what came through and allow it to unfold in its own way, because they're quite deep readings and it does need a bit, and maybe even to listen to it more than once. If you feel drawn to explore more, you can find other episodes from this series, and you will find the link in the description box below, as well as other series on this channel, and you can find them on my page then. So whenever you're ready, you can go and do that, because they're all timeless. Now, and if this reading spoke to you and you would like to stay connected, you are very welcome to like, share, and subscribe, and that would really greatly help this work continue. So thank you so much, beautiful Aquariuses, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.